Assalamu alaikum everyone. Okay, so I am making this revert story again because the first time I came out as a revert, I had my hair on show. Growing up, I was raised as a Christian for pretty much 26 years of my life. I was raised as a Christian from the minute I was born. I was raised a Christian. I used to go to church every Sunday. I went to Chinese church as well because I am half Chinese as well as half English. And my mum is an extremely strict Christian. And my dad was an atheist, so like there was no religion from his side of things. Anyways, so obviously most people that are born into a religion, even if you're a born Muslim, a lot of people tend to rebel and they kind of stray away from their religion, which is actually completely normal because it's something that we've been brought up with, so it's only natural for us to want to explore what else is out there, or like we may become influenced for a while by other people, but like obviously God willing, you'd think you'd be brought back to your religion, right? So for me, in university, I completely strayed away from faith. Like I just wasn't praying. I had nothing. There was no faith. However, every time something happened, I always knew it was God. It's like when people are atheists or they don't have any belief and right at the last minute reach out to God. People always say that in people's final hours, majority of them actually reach out to God, which is kind of sad, but understandable. And then I met my best friend. She is a Muslim, and that's when I started like looking into things, because obviously like I grew up in a white town, so there weren't Muslims around. Me and my brother were like probably the only Asian kids, like, and plus a few others in my school, and just in our town in general. And yeah, so I started looking into what is a Muslim and who are they and what is it. And then I started going to Islam, and I started noticing how beautiful the religion was. First thing that caught my eye was the women, how modest they were and how pure they were and how like just calm. They gave off a calm, peaceful vibe. I'm not saying every Muslim woman is like that, because you know everyone sins, we're all humans. But like I remember there were so many questions I had about Christianity, like even from the fact of where did God come from? Like how is God just there? Why is Jesus his son? And all this stuff, right? And nothing was ever answered. So anyways, I go throughout my university years, like just always having Islam at the back of my mind somehow, some way, and it always popped up onto my Instagram or whatever social media I was using back then. So it was always there. I just never explored it. I just, like, my best friend, she used to have prayer beads, she used to pray, she used to talk about religion a lot to me, and she never pushed it on me, never even suggested that I reverted, but I was like so interested in what she had to say. So, skip to now. I've come back to my home. I started going back to church. I started going to church regularly because I was so lost, and I wanted to be a part of a community. I wanted to feel like I belonged to something, especially after I had Meilai as well. And I remember I started to go and read the Bible, but my heart was never in it. I always knew there was God. I tried to pray. I did pray to God. There was many times where I broke down praying to God. But then when I read the Bible, there was no actual answer. Like, I wrote out questions that I had to ask, and I just didn't really get the answers that I wanted. I even joined a home group, but I didn't feel like I got answers from that either. And it's nothing to do with those people. It's just me personally, my heart was not in it. So then, let's fast forward this whole time. Ramadan has gone past, and you hear about these things, and the Palestine genocide has gone on, and obviously that really did push me as well. Like, that was pushing me, because despite everything that they are going through, despite the absolute torment that is in their heart, the one thing they still had was their faith. And I had never seen that in Christianity. I'm not saying that Christianity, I'm not bashing any religion, but I just didn't ever see that, apart from my mum. From my mum, I really saw how much being a Christian meant to her. Really made me think, what if I wanted to become a Muslim? How would I do that? Is that possible? I hadn't even heard of what a revert was at this point, guys. I had no idea what a revert was. I was thinking, how can I change my religion? Then one day, God brought me somebody, and this person, for the longest time, I've been trying to think, why were they in my life? Literally, I believe that God brought this person into my life so that I could revert. I was ready. I wanted to, in my heart needed that. And this person helped me to take my shahada, and I remember the day that I took it. And after I took the shahada and I did the wudu and washed, and before that, obviously, the earth was still. Everything was quiet. It was like, and I took it on the special last 10 nights, the 10 nights of Ramadan. And wow, everything was silent. And it just was so nice to sit in peace. No sound, no distractions, just peace. I didn't actually start praying until 2 months into it. I have now been praying every single day, 5 times a day, I'd say for just over a month, maybe a month and a half now. Alhamdulillah, because I remember at the beginning, I kept saying, I don't know the prayers. I'm not going to start the prayers now because I don't know the prayers. I don't know them. I need to know them before I pray. And then there was one video that someone sent me, and it said, prayer is so important. Like, it's the most important thing we can do. And he was saying, you just need to pray them. It doesn't matter if you don't pray them in the correct tones, the pronunciation, the correct way to pronounce it. And it doesn't matter about that. The fact that you're trying, the fact that you're making it on time for the 5 times a day, the fact that you're trying, the fact that you're putting the effort in, that is what is rewarded. It's better to try than not try at all, is what he said. And maybe that sounds a bit pushy for some reverts, I don't know. But for me, that was like, you know what? I'm just going to pray. And one day there was a situation. I remember there was a situation that happened. And I just got on the floor, used my app, and just started praying. I just started copying the words, word for word, listening. And now we're a month and a half in. And because obviously I've been consistently doing it, I didn't try to remember anything at the beginning. I was just going, practicing. But now I can literally, I think there's like 3 parts of the prayer that I can't remember, but I can do the rest by memory. Alhamdulillah, and inshallah that I will be able to finally remember the prayers. And it's not just about remembering, it's remembering what it means to pray. But yeah, guys, Obviously the hijab is something that is completely new to me. It's something that I try to wear as much as I can. As you can see, I have an abaya on. Like, so many things have changed as I reverted, but alhamdulillah, I reverted, and that is why I reverted. And it's the best thing that I've done, obviously apart from my daughter as well. But there's so much more that I can say, and I feel like if there's questions, I'll answer them. But for now, this is like that brief outline of why. But yeah, anyways guys, inshallah that, you know, my journey continues, and if you are a revert, may Allah guide you, and if you are born Muslim, may Allah guide you. Like, we can all strengthen our deen, and remember that this life that we're living is not forever. This isn't what we're living for. This is a test. We're ready for the paradise.